Welcome to Bass Habits episode number 80. Today we're going to talk about Oliver Riedel, bass player of Rammstein. Rammstein are one of the biggest metal bands out there today. The group originated in Germany in the mid-90s, quickly building a reputation around their unique style of music, larger-than-life music videos, iconic imagery, and memorable live shows. The band is normally labeled as Neue Deutsche Härte or New German Hardness, a genre that combines groove metal and electro-industrial elements with lyrics in German. Of all the bands we analyzed so far, Rammstein have the most bizarre formula. And I'm not just talking about the fact they sing in German, but how minimalistic everything is. Everything in Rammstein is extremely simple. The logos, the artwork, the drum beats and the guitar riffs are all about creating the heaviest music using as little elements as possible. Everybody plays very little. To top all that, singer Till Lindemann's unique baritone singing style is often monotone, and through the use of very few and very well articulated words, it completes the picture, creating a true one-of-a-kind monumental sonic juggernaut.
Du hast mich.
Taking care of the low ends is bass player and founding member Oliver Riedel, a towering giant often standing in the back of the stage next to drummer Christoph Schneider. So what's the role of the bass guitar in Rammstein's music? Let's have a look. Number 1, the bass has to keep it simple. If you've been watching this channel for a while, you already know how it works. The more guitars, bass and drums play the same thing, the heavier the outcome. Rammstein though take this formula to a new level, to the point that I was unable to find a main part where bass and guitars do not go together. Normally I would say something about the importance of tone, but in this case also the tone is secondary. Riedel mostly relies on Sandberg basses and often uses overdrive pedals, but due to the nature of their music, the bass is so glued to the rest that it doesn't really matter. When the monster moves, everything moves, and it makes no difference who does what. Number 2, just bass and drums on the verses. It might sound like a no-brainer, but one of the most simple and effective ways to create dynamics in this type of music is to remove something. And in Rammstein, often the verse relies on only bass and vocals, leaving the guitar to bring in a wall of sound during the chorus, which is very effective, especially consider that the lead vocals don't have practically any dynamic change through the song.
Wird nach dem Tod ein Engel werden. Heute treffe ich einen Herrn.
Number 3 is repetition. The heaviness of Rammstein is also due to another factor, the extremely repetitive nature of their music. Most of the riffs are based around one chord and get repeated in loops. The best example is Mann gegen Mann, where the bassline pretty much makes the song, using the same 4 notes for the majority of the time.
Ein Geschenk gemacht, warf mich auf einen warmen Stern, der Haut so nah.
This minimalist approach can lead to some very cool and unusual solutions. For example, on Asche zu Asche, the bass creates a very original pattern using only one note, but changing the accents all the time. Rammstein don't really have guitar solos, and though all the guys in the band are very good musicians, there's no virtuosos or a flashing frontman. And to me they're the perfect example of how teamwork and a good formula are worth a lot more than having individual talents in the band. All the band members wear similar outfits, so it's more like a tank crew where every guy does his job, while from the outside all you see is an iron machine. You don't know who's driving or firing the cannon, all you see is the tank. And that is exactly what Rammstein sound like, a fucking panzer advancing at a slow pace, crushing everything on its way. Number 4, bass intros. Though the bass shadows guitars 90% of the time, when it comes out for the remaining 10%, it's awesome. Rosenrot has a really cool intro with a super heavy groove, created once again using only 2 notes. Meloman has a similar structure based on a flat second interval that creates a dark atmosphere and sets the pace of the whole song. Is another good example of how Riedel can create a cool atmospheric intro with a very simple arpeggio. The arpeggio is based on an A major scale, but it also includes an A flat minor 7 chord, F sharp 5th at 9, and C sharp major 7. A similar 3-string descending pattern is used to create the intro and the main theme for Diamond, another beautiful moment that assesses Riedel's talent and creativity. But apart from these rare melodic moments, for Riedel is mostly about keeping it simple and being a good team player. Maybe not so flashy, but solid and most importantly part of a well-oiled monumental rock machinery. And for a bass player, that is what counts the most. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, leave us a comment and follow me on Instagram for more.